you saw a movie called Pistachio Wars.
Yes.
What's this all about?
Okay. Well, I don't know. This is one of those weird films, but you may not believe it, but maybe the government of California is corrupt. Does that
You're
shock you in any
kidding.
way? Yeah.
They are? That's crazy. I never would have thought that. The only look, first of all, I love the pistachio nut. I think it's amazing. And if you know what Dubai chocolate is, which is a combination of pistachio and chocolate, it is the new trend. Look up Dubai
Yeah.
chocolate. It's great. But
So
tell me about
okay.
this movie.
Okay, so Pistachio War is a documentary from journalist Yasha Levine, and he is basically investigating the water problem in California. Why does California not have water? Why is the water in California tainted, poisoned, bad? And the pistachio industry is part of the problem. His whole goal here is to interview the Resnicks, who own the wonderful company, and the wonderful company brings us Palm, the pomegranate drink, and also was in. I don't know if you remember the big pistachio commercials that were constantly on television. That's the company who promoted all that. And what happened was, about I think it was 5 or 6 years ago, we had a drought where basically it rained very little over a 2-year period. And because of that drought, the state of California just basically rationed water. And the Resnicks own these giant pistachio farms and almond farms that require massive amounts of water, and the state shut them off. And so what they decided to do is no longer rely on the government to give them water. They basically built a reservoir system underneath their farms. And believe it or not, they have more water in that reservoir system than the city of Los Angeles uses in an entire year. And what this documentary does is investigates where the water goes and who owns the water. And you find out that there are a lot of towns suffering out there because they're not getting water, because corporations who funded the aqueducts believe that they own a lot of the water. And not only that, is a lot of these towns, especially in Central California, and a lot of the independent family farmers are not getting water because the corporations are taking it away from them. And guess what? Somehow the Resnicks seem to have bought people in California to ensure that they get the water, and they get the water that they believe they own. And ironically enough, also, there's geopolitical implications here. Do you know what country produces the most pistachios outside of California?
No.
It's Iran.
Oh
And
no.
and there seems they okay, this is the part where it's like, I'm not sure I agree with your conclusions, but it felt like that the Iraq war and the war hawking of Dick Cheney and the Republicans of the time were a direct result of uh what was it? Of keeping the pistachio industry in California alive. By
Wow.
boycotting Iranian pistachios, that seemed the Resnicks were wanting war to happen, so that they could keep that. This is the part where it's like, I get what you're trying to say. That's the big leap that I'm having a hard time making. But the idea that California and the water situation of California is purely political and corporate corruption, and not an environmental problem. And so I would definitely recommend this just to get you an idea of what, if you live in California, you kind of know the issues of water. And this one just lays it out there, just how corrupt corporations and politics are around us getting water.
Well, first of all, this documentary, even though I haven't seen it, makes me really want to eat some pistachios. I buy them in bulk.
No, you're supposed to boycott them because they're the ones causing the problem.
Wait a sec. I buy them in bulk at Costco. I'm still gonna love pistachios.
Yeah, I
But
love pistachios.
California, I'm not sure if you're aware, Alan. We both live in California.
Mhm.
I'm no fan of Newsom. I troll him in the at replies. California's main export is corruption.
Mhm.
Did you know that?
Yeah. And in 2026, or sorry, 2028, we may just export
We're
our corruption to the White House.
in 2028. Get ready. Newsom will export the California corruption to the entire country. Just get ready. And so, do you recommend the documentary?
Yeah, he'll make Obama look like Jesus.
Yeah,
I recommend this movie. Yeah. Even if you're not from California, it's the subtle ways that politics and big business, big corporations can take important things away from you, like water and land. Detroit. I reviewed a movie about the water, the poison water in Detroit. And still nothing has happened.
Yeah, Flint. I had a grandmother that lived in Flint. It's awful what has happened to that city.
All preventable, and the government is doing nothing to fix it.